You think the real gamble in Vegas is at the tables, but the highest stakes game is being played right here, at the buffet. The casinos have spent millions perfecting a system, not just to feed you, but to manage you. But what if you could learn their playbook? In this video, we're revealing the 10 rookie mistakes that signal to casinos you're an easy mark. Are you just a guest, or are you part of their profit strategy? The truth is, every element of that buffet line, from the plate size to the food placement, is designed as a profit extraction system. These are not accidents. They are calculated strategies to maximize what you spend while minimizing what you actually get. Today, we expose the playbook they use against you. Let me ask you something. When you hit a Vegas buffet, do you grab a plate and immediately load up on whatever catches your eye? If you do, you have already fallen into their first trap. Most people think efficiency means going straight for what they want. Why waste time browsing when you could be eating, right? This is exactly what the casinos are banking on. What you do not realize is that buffets are meticulously designed with what industry insiders call discovery zones. These are carefully positioned areas where they hide their limited time offerings and high-value items. That prime rib carving station tucked in the corner, the fresh lobster tails hidden between ordinary seafood options, these are not randomly placed. They are deliberately obscured. When you skip your reconnaissance lap, you are missing the expensive items you have actually paid for. While you are loading up on cheap pasta, veteran diners are finding the Alaskan king crab legs that just came out. By the time you discover them, if you ever do, you are too full to enjoy them. Make no mistake, this is not accidental. Buffet managers know that fewer than 15% of diners do a full walkthrough before plating. They are counting on you skipping this critical intelligence gathering mission. So that first walkthrough is not wasting time. It is the difference between getting your money's worth and subsidizing everyone else's meal. The casino is not in the business of losing money. If you are paying $60 for a buffet and eating $20 worth of food, guess who is winning that exchange? Ever noticed how the bread, pasta, and rice are always prominently displayed at the front of the buffet? It looks like generous hospitality. But think again. These cheap carbohydrates are strategically positioned first because they fill you up fast for pennies on the dollar. The math is brutal. That basket of dinner rolls costs the casino about 30 cents to produce, but it can reduce your consumption of expensive proteins by as much as 40%. Buffet directors have actually studied stomach real estate allocation of their average customers. They know that if they can get you to fill 60% of your capacity with inexpensive fillers, they have dramatically increased their profit margin on your visit. When you load up on these carbs too early, you physically cannot consume enough of the expensive proteins and seafood to get your money's worth. Your stomach simply does not have the room. The most expensive items in the buffet, the prime rib that costs $15 per pound, and the crab legs at nearly $30 per pound, become physically impossible to enjoy in quantities that would threaten their profit model. You leave feeling full, congratulating yourself on a good meal while having been fed the cheapest ingredients possible. Industry insiders call this front-loading the filler. It is not convenience that puts bread at the front. It is a calculated profit strategy, and they are banking on you falling for it every single time. Have you ever walked past a specialty cooking station at a buffet? Maybe you saw the chef preparing custom omelets or searing premium steaks to order, but you decided it was not worth the wait. Congratulations, you have just played directly into their hands. Most diners grab from the obvious steam trays and ignore these specialty areas. The buffets know this, and they are counting on it. These stations represent the actual value in your admission price, but they are designed with built-in deterrents, lines, wait times, and the social pressure of ordering face-to-face. Let me break down the economics. A pre-made buffet item sits under heat lamps, degrading in quality by the minute. The casino knows exactly how much will be consumed and wastes virtually nothing. But a premium station requires a skilled staff member, higher quality ingredients, and personalized service. It is exponentially more expensive to operate. So why have them at all? Simple: marketing and price justification. They need these stations to justify the $69.99 entry fee. But they are banking on you avoiding them because of the psychological barriers they have put in place. By skipping these stations, you are essentially paying steakhouse prices for cafeteria food. The math is clear. If only 20% of customers use these stations, the other 80% are subsidizing a premium experience they never receive. This is not accidental. Premium stations are designed with what industry experts call soft barriers, small inconveniences that discourage most people from using them. The wait time, the social interaction, the perceived complexity are all calculated to make you say maybe later and never return. The specialty stations are not extras. They are where your money's real value lies, and they are banking on you never claiming it. I am going to get my money's worth. That's the battle cry of the buffet rookie. It is usually followed by a plate piled so high it requires engineering skills just to carry it back to the table. This might be the most costly mistake of all. When you overload your plate, you trigger what buffet designers call diminishing returns. Your eyes signal anticipated pleasure, but your digestive system quickly sends stress signals that override the enjoyment. Those massive portions cause physical discomfort and prevent return trips for the good stuff. Speed eating compounds the problem. By consuming food faster than your body can process satiety signals, which take approximately 20 minutes to register, you create artificial fullness. Your brain has not had time to accurately assess how much you have eaten, so it defaults to discomfort as a protective mechanism. The end result? You feel sick, you cannot enjoy the premium items you paid for, and you essentially pay fine dining prices for an unpleasant experience. Meanwhile, the casino has successfully limited your consumption of their expensive offerings while maximizing your psychological satisfaction with the value you believe you are getting. It is worth noting that buffet plates have actually increased in size by an average of 32% since the 1990s. This is not generosity. It is portion control through overindulgence. The bigger the plate, the more likely you are to overserve yourself, and the less likely you are to make multiple trips for the high-value items. Veteran buffet goers know this game well. They take smaller portions, eat slowly, and make multiple trips, focusing on quality over quantity. They understand that the massive plates are not a benefit. They are bait for a trap that will leave you full, sick, and cheated out of the experience you paid for. Many buffet novices declare they are not wasting stomach space on salad. That is the rally cry of the rookie who thinks focusing only on expensive proteins will beat the system. In reality, they are falling for one of the oldest tricks in the buffet playbook. Vegetables and salads often seem like wasted space when your plan is to maximize meat consumption. After all, why fill up on lettuce when you could be eating steak? Avoiding these lighter options creates a digestive overload that actually limits your total consumption capacity. Think lighter, not less valuable. Here is what happens physiologically. Without fiber and lighter foods to balance a meal, rich items sit heavy in your stomach and send signals to your brain that you are overly full. That forces early meal termination, often before you have consumed enough premium items to justify the entry fee. Buffet designers know exactly what they are doing with abundant salad bars. It is not about promoting healthy eating. It is about digestion management for maximum extraction of value from customers who know how to play the game. Notice the salad bars are abundant for a reason. The science is clear. Balanced meals with a mix of proteins, vegetables, and carbohydrates allow for optimal digestion and greater total consumption. By including these lighter elements, experienced diners can actually consume more of the premium items over the course of their visit. Aim for balanced choices. Industry insiders call this consumption optimization through balance. The people who get the most value from buffets understand that the salad is not a distraction. It is the key that unlocks the ability to enjoy more of everything else. Next time you are tempted to skip the vegetables, remember this: that abundant salad bar is not there to promote health. It is there to separate the rookies from the veterans who know how to truly get their money's worth. Have you ever noticed how thirsty you get at a buffet? That is not an accident. It is by design. Focusing exclusively on food value while ignoring beverage needs seems logical. After all, you are there for the food, not the drinks. But what you do not realize is that buffet food is deliberately engineered with higher than normal sodium content to trigger thirst and slow down digestion. The numbers are staggering. The average buffet item contains 30 to 40% more sodium than the same dish would if ordered a la carte. This is not a simple flavor enhancement, it is engineered thirst generation. Dehydration amplifies feelings of fullness, limiting your consumption capacity. When you are dehydrated, your stomach sends premature signals to your brain that you are satisfied, cutting short your eating experience well before you have gotten your money's worth. Meanwhile, that $4.99 soda you purchase, which costs the casino approximately 12 cents to produce, becomes one of their margin items. Even free water service reduces your food consumption while occupying staff time, slowing your eating pace, and turning tables faster. Some Las Vegas buffets report that beverage sales account for up to 35% of their total revenue. Think about that. A third of their profits come from the very items most people consider an afterthought. The strategy is so effective that industry consultants actually recommend specific sodium levels for different buffet items based on their cost. The most expensive items often have the highest sodium content, not coincidentally making them harder to consume in large quantities. Experienced buffet diners combat this by alternating between food and water throughout their meal, maintaining optimal hydration to maximize their consumption capacity. They know that proper hydration is not just about avoiding thirst, it is about protecting their investment. The next time you feel inexplicably parched at a buffet, remember, the salty food is not just flavor enhancement, it is financial engineering designed to limit your consumption while boosting per customer revenue. I'll save room for dessert, if there's space. This common buffet mindset might be costing you more than you realize. Many diners treat dessert as an afterthought, something to enjoy only if they haven't filled up on the important stuff. What they don't understand is that desserts often represent some of the highest ingredient costs and profit margins in the entire buffet lineup. Premium chocolate, fresh-made berries, and specialized pastry work can cost substantially more per serving than many of the main course options. By skipping the dessert section, you're actually missing the items where your admission fee provides the most tangible value. The economics are clear. A serving of premium chocolate mousse can cost the casino 3 to 4 times what a serving of pasta costs to produce. Fresh-made pastries require skilled labor that commands higher wages than the staff managing the steam tables. But here is where it gets particularly devious. Buffet operators know most people will be too full for dessert after loading up on cheaper starchy items. This creates what industry insiders call the dessert profit recovery zone. They can advertise lavish desserts to justify high entry fees, while knowing that consumption will be minimal. Internal metrics from major casino operations show that while over 90% of buffet patrons consume main course items, fewer than 40% take full advantage of the dessert options. For the casino, this is the perfect scenario. They get to showcase premium items in their marketing materials while rarely having to serve them. Savvy buffet goers employ a strategic approach, sampling smaller portions of main courses, specifically to ensure they have room for these high-value desserts. They understand that the elaborate dessert section is not just indulgence, it is often where their payment actually secures premium ingredients. Skip the dessert section at your next buffet visit, and you might as well be handing the casino free money, because that is exactly what they are counting on you doing. So what does this all mean? Every single element, from plate size to food placement to the music tempo, is calculated to extract maximum profit while delivering minimum value. You are not dining. You are being systematically processed through a profit optimization machine. Think about it. The buffet is not designed around your enjoyment. It is engineered around predictable human behavior. The music is played at specific tempos to increase your eating speed. The lighting is carefully calibrated to make food appear more appealing, while creating subtle anxiety that increases the rate of consumption. The temperature is maintained at levels proven to encourage faster eating and shorter stays. Behind the scenes, cameras monitor diner behavior, analyzing traffic patterns and consumption habits. Software tracks which items are consumed most rapidly and which are merely photographed, but rarely eaten. Nothing is accidental. Nothing is left to chance. Your entire experience has been mapped out long before you arrive, designed to create the illusion of abundance while carefully managing what you actually consume. The casino doesn't see a hungry guest. They see a predictable revenue unit moving through a carefully engineered profit system. The buffet isn't about feeding you. It's about feeding their bottom line. And they're counting on you never figuring that out. This isn't about food. It's about recognizing that you're not a guest. You're a revenue target. The buffet game isn't about getting fed. It's about getting played. But now you know their system. They've been counting on your ignorance to pad their profits. You've been betrayed by an industry that claims hospitality while practicing exploitation. We're here to fight. Subscribe if you want the truth about how Vegas really operates behind the glitter. Like if you've been played by these tactics. Comment with what's the biggest buffet mistake you've made. The next episode covers what they found in the kitchen footage.